In this video, we are going to solve the quadratic inequalities. Firstly, we will solve some questions, and then in the last, we will discuss some important things or things you should and shouldn't do while solving the quadratic inequalities. So keep watching. Solve x square minus 3x minus 4 less than 0. First step, we need to perform factorization. X square minus 4x plus x minus 4 less than 0. X into x minus 4 plus 1 into x minus 4 is less than 0. So from here we have x minus 4 and x plus 1 less than 0. If we put x minus 4 is equals to 0, we get x is equals to 4. And from here we get x is equals to minus 1. Next we need to draw the graph. We will make x and y axis. Put minus 1 and 4 over here. Now look at the original equation. The coefficient of x square is positive, so graph is going to be a happy face parabola. Now it's time to shade the region. Since the inequality is showing less than 0, this means area below the x-axis will be shaded. And for this area, we will write the final answer, which is minus 1 is less than x less than 4, and this is done. Solve x squared plus 2x minus 3 greater than 0. We will solve this by using the method of factorization, or we can call it as middle term breaking method. So if we multiply minus 3 with coefficient of x squared, we got minus 3, and in the middle we have 2. So we are choosing the two numbers which when multiplied give us the answer minus 3, and when added or subtracted give us plus 2. So x squared plus 3x minus 3 greater than 0. Next we are taking common, and now we are left with x minus 1 and x plus 3 greater than 0. So if we put x minus 1 is equals to 0, we get x is equal to 1, and if we put x plus 3 is equals to 0, we get x is equals to minus 3. So next we are making the x and y axis, and then we will plot minus 3 and 1 over there. So minus 3 will be here and 1 will be here. Next, we will look at the original equation. The coefficient of x square is positive, so this means that the graph is a smiley face parabola. Now we will shade the region since the inequality is greater than 0, so this means that the region above the x-axis will be shaded. Now for this part of the region, the inequality is x is less than minus 3, and for this part of the region, the inequality is x is greater than 1. So these two are the final answers for this question. Now we discuss another scenario of solving the quadratic inequalities. X square minus 36 is less than 0. Most of the students solve like x square is less than 36 and then they take square root on both sides, which is a wrong method. The correct method is x square minus 36 can be written as 6 square and less than 0. Here you need to use the identity of a square minus b square, which is equals to a plus b and a minus b. So now we can write it as x plus 6 and x minus 6. This is less than 0. If we put x plus 6 is equals to 0, we get x is equals to minus 6. And if we put x minus 6 is equals to 0, we get x is equals to 6. Next step, we will draw the graph. Now mark minus 6 and plus 6, minus 6 here and plus 6 here. Then we need to look at the original question. Here the coefficient of x square is positive, so this means that the graph is going to be a happy face parabola. Okay, now less than 0 means that we need to shade the region which is below the axis. So this is the region which is below the axis, and for this region we need to write the final answer. So we can see that the shaded region is from minus 6 to 6, so the answer is minus 6 is less than x is less than 6. Next question is solve x square minus 10 greater than 0. So now x square minus, now 10 is not a perfect square number, so we will forcefully make it a squared number, square root of 10 and then whole square, so that we can apply the identity. Now we can write it as x plus square root of 10 and x minus square root of 10 greater than 0. If we put x plus square root of 10 is equals to 0, we got x is equals to minus square root of 10, and from here we get x is equals to plus square root of 10. Then we will draw the graph. Minus square root of 10 over here and plus square root of 10 over here. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Now look at the original equation. Since coefficient of x square is positive, so the graph is a happy face parabola. And since the inequality says greater than 0, so this means that we need to shade the region which is above the x-axis. So this is the region and this is the region. For this part of the region, the inequality is x is less than minus square root of 10, and for this part of the region, the inequality is x is greater than square root of 10. So these both are the answers of this question. Okay, next question we have: solve 9 minus x squared less than 0. And let's see how we are going to solve it. We can write 9 as 3 square minus x square less than 0. Then apply the identity 3 minus x and 3 plus x. This is less than 0. Okay, now 3 minus x is equals to 0 gives x is equals to 3, and 3 plus x is equals to 0 gives x is equals to minus 3. Then we will make the x and y axis. Mark minus 3 and plus 3 over here. Now look at the original equation. Here the coefficient of x square is negative, so this means that the graph is going to be a sad face like this. Now the inequality says less than 0. Less than 0 means that we need to shade the region which is below the x-axis. So the region below the x-axis is this one and this one. So for this part of the region, the inequality is x is less than minus 3, and for this part of the region, the inequality is x is greater than 3. So x less than minus 3 and x greater than 3, this is the final answer for this question. Things you should and shouldn't do while solving the quadratic inequalities. The first and the most important thing is never take square root while solving the quadratic inequalities. Let's suppose you have a quadratic inequality like x square is less than 9. Then most of the students, what they do, they just take the square root and then write x is less than plus minus 3, which is completely wrong method. So this means you are not allowed to write like this is wrong. You need to take 9 to the other side and then apply the formula a square minus b square on this, and then you will write x plus 3 and x minus 3 less than 0. So this is the correct method to solve. Next is the sign of the inequality will be changed if you multiply with negative number. For example, you have the question 9 minus x square is less than 0, and then if you alter this, you multiply this with negative, this will be x square minus 9 greater than 0. Now you will solve this inequality. Okay, lastly, for the greater than 0, we will shade the region which is above the x-axis, and for less than 0, we will shade the region which is below the x-axis. So this means that if we have x square minus 9 greater than 0, and then this would be the graph. This question we have solved. Minus 3 and 3 greater than 0 means this region above the x-axis, so we will write the final answers for the above the shaded region. And if we have x square minus 9 less than 0, then we will shade the region which is below the x-axis, and we will write the final answer accordingly.